was a cool one.
Whoa.
We do every day.
Yeah, definitely.
We had to send out and have the flames done. But it was a customer's base design, basically.
Very Charvelli.
Very 80s.
Yeah.
Very 80s guitar.
Exactly.
Nice thing. And here's the plec, which I don't know if you already know about that. The simple word for the plec is it's a coordinate measuring machine as well as a mill. It has our plec is a plec Pro. I think it's one of the first in the United States. It has a cutter on it that cuts the profile on every fret. And the beauty of the plec is that it analyzes the neck with strings on it. And then when you take the strings off, it reanalyzes the neck and looks at how the neck moved, and it compensates all its cutting on that. Wow. So it's the only way that you can ever actually true the frets with string tension on it that you use with your action. Everything is the way you play it. And if you came back to me 2 years later and said, the guitar doesn't feel right, we can put it back on the plec and we can see any change. Every change on the neck we can see. Wow. It's a very valuable tool. This machine is like $130,000.
You had it for long?
Yeah, we've had this for probably, I don't know, 4 years. We just bought another one now too.
What do they do? They give you the software?
It's the whole machine. They build everything.
Yeah, but they give you like a new software when software comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah. They actually can connect to our machine with USB and with the internet, and they can actually reprogram the machine and put new software in it. And we have to send all of our cutters back to Germany to get sharpened, so they take care of that for us too. Because the stainless steel frets actually do wear down the cutters very quickly. This particular machine, the Plec Pro, will also cut the net for us. So it actually goes through and it measures the neck, the side of the neck, the width of the neck, the string spacing, and it does all the fret slots. We still have to do it final by hand, but it gets, at least the spacing is always perfect. This is a Carina body. This is Carina wood with a spalted maple top, flame maple top. And it looks like this customer got special dots as well. These are all custom. Yeah. So everybody who thinks that just because you have a CNC, it's not done by hand.
It's to get the concept that CNC just help ants make more precise.
It only cuts the raw wood.
Yeah.
That's all it does. Everything else is done by hand. He has to sit there and fit that neck.
I think it's people, when they think about CNC, they always have this image of each factory that does Pontiac.
Well, you see, that's the difference. Is Jay plays bass. He's been in Fender for God knows how many years. You know, we don't.
I was there for 13 years.
He was at Fender for 13 years. We don't have assembly line style people. You know, everybody who works here knows something about the instruments. This is one of my new things that I really love. This is how we do the push-push switch. I could never figure out how to mount a push-button switch so it was clean and people could replace it if they wanted to. So I came up with this. So it drops in as one assembly. So if your switch goes bad, I can send you a new switch with a push button already attached.
Just 2 screws.
Yeah, or you can just unscrew those 2 screws and put on a new board.
Going from lower to door. I love it.
This is my first laser. Actually, that fish you saw was all done on this laser. Very powerful. You can have free tattoos. You want a tattoo?
Oh, thank you. It's gonna be painful.
So as you can see, this is when we, after we paint the guitar, the potholes and all the switch holes and everything, we cut them all afterwards. So that laser cut through the wood and it cut the paint. And look, there's no problem with the paint. The paint looks perfect.
Yeah, paint looks really, really hard.
And you can see how thin the paint is.
Yeah. This is the conductive paint.
Yeah, that's the conductive paint and that's the top finish.
Very thin. Give it back.
Make a jewelry with it. Here's some more exotic wood. Keep in here. Spalted maples. This is burl maple, spalted maple.
I love this.
Yeah, this is
Really beautiful.
really interesting
Really
stuff.
beautiful.
Flame maples. Co-op. Book match.
There you go.
Sometimes we'll let the customer come in here and he can choose his own top. So, looks like this is a, we call this angel quilt, because it kind of has a pattern, almost like angel wings or something. It's like I traded Fender. I did some amplifier work for Fender and I traded them for that buffer. That was our first buffer. This is also very hard work. This is the worst job in the shop, buffing the finish. It takes a very good eye, good back, a lot of muscle. These are all the tooling plates that we use on the CNC. So this is, actually I think this is from a Rickenbacker project we did. A lot of times we do work for other people. This is the way it looks like before we cut the wood. You know, this is the one nice thing. One of the reasons I left New York is because I always wanted to do everything myself. You know, it's like making pizza when you buy the dough.
You make it from scratch.
Yeah, but you're not really making it from scratch if you're buying the dough.
Yeah.
You gotta make your own dough. Otherwise, you can't be proud.
You don't want to take it too far in making your own flour.
Right. So a lot of companies don't make their own product. You know, they'll buy a neck, they'll modify it, they'll buy a body, they'll modify it, they'll have somebody else paint it. They don't make their own pickups. We do everything here. The only thing we don't make yet is make the hardware, the bridges, the tuning gears. But we're starting to work on the bridges. But everything else we make here. We buy raw wood. We use vintage style truss rods because they sound the best. So it's a skinny rod. And there's no plastic on it or anything to stop it from vibrating. So this is the way it comes off the machine. It's close, but it's got a lot of work left to go.
This is the way it comes out on the CNC machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still pretty rough.
Oh yeah. The matching inside. We use these templates to lay on top of the wood so we can try and pick the best part of the wood. So we cut these on the laser.
Always right off the machine, right?
Yep. The last thing is this is my fingerboard stash. This is where we glue on the neck. The fingerboard we glue on to the neck for this. All of our necks have a built-in amount of underbolt. That way the truss rods can go two ways. So we put a little bit of tension on it that makes the neck straight. If it's too humid, you can loosen it. So this is all, actually these are machines so that they make sure that we don't